Hello everyone, welcome for the first time ever to this new channel. This is Euro Soundscape, a channel where we are going to discuss, talk and think about Eurovision. I'm super excited to introduce myself. I am Enrique, I'm the host of this show and I'm looking forward to get to know you better. I want to create a beautiful community around Eurovision and around our passion, which is music, interacting with each other and sharing our European values. As you can check from the flag which is waving behind me, I'm from Spain. Spanish is my mother tongue, but not English. However, I'm trying to do this channel in English so that we can get to more bigger community, to more people from any part around the world. I'm sure many Spanish Eurofans became huge supporters of the contest in 2012 or 2014 when Pastora Soler and Ruth Lorenzo brought us again to the top 10. It was extremely unbelievable for us. We weren't used to it at all and it was a very special moment for us. There are some iconic moments in our life as Eurofans each year when we think about the contest and we think about how everything has changed throughout the years. This is why in this video I want to introduce my top 12 highlights, let's talk it like that, highlights, when Eurovision has been evolving in our minds and how we think those acts, those performances or those singers or songs have changed the root of Eurovision, has gave some development to the contest and has changed our minds about how music is delivered. However, first of all, I would like to ask you for some feedback, some love, so please comment down below, subscribe and press the thumbs up button. As well, please share with your mates, with your colleagues or whatever so that we can create a wider community all together. And now, let me introduce you those 12 iconic and memorable performances that in my opinion has changed Eurovision. They have shaped and influence in how the mother contest has been hosted in the last years, and we're going to start with 2012 when I became Eurofan, and we're going to end up with 2023, the last edition so far. My favorite act of Eurovision 2012 is Sabina Babayeva, When the Music Dies, the representative from Azerbaijan. They also were the host because that year Baku held the contest, so it was quite interesting for her to perform at home, and in my opinion I think she delivered extremely good. You can see she's amazing, she's like an angel, she's singing, she's performing and she's doing absolutely great. However, I don't know if you have realized in the first half minute of the performance there is a stand camera angle which doesn't change. It's only her appearance, it's only her voice, and it's as well her dress which is changing the colors, but only that few elements are crucial to stick to her and to give her the fourth place she obtained finally in the Eurovision. In my opinion, totally deserved, and even it could be a little bit low in my opinion. Next up would be Eurovision 2013 with Cascada and her song Glorious. This is the most iconic performance of that year because I'm so thankful to Cascada that she gifted us with such vibrant and such interesting electronic piece where we could dance, we can feel goosebumps when she did that catwalk towards the public and everybody was jumping, dancing and waving their flags surrounding her. I think this is so brave because she was already well known around Europe. She was a famous artist with a lot of career in her back, but she decided to risk it all and go to Eurovision. I think she was amazing, my favorite one, so I want to be so grateful to her, and please have a better taste, both jury and televote, for the next time. I'm sure you all agree with me that Conchita Wurst was the most iconic singer and performance of Eurovision 2014. Previously the contest, we thought that she would come up with a joke entry, something like that, because you know it was a lady with a beard. Okay, it must be only something to make fun of her. But finally she shut everyone up because She brought a very professionally delivered song with excellent voice and with very smart staging. This is why I want to put some value and grateful to her, because I think she is the best by far that year, and her victory was totally deserved. I'd like to highlight Eurovision 2015 as a very modern, fresh and cutting-edge Eurovision edition, because many representatives brought interesting music that was trying to imitate, try to, let's say, copy the music that was mainstream those years. I'm sure you remember Lorde. She came up to the spotlight that year with some kind of weird but very good taste music, and I'm sure Nottet tried to imitate that year, and it was an excellent result for him and as well for the Eurovision supporters, because it meant something different, something fresh, something new. He was extremely good in terms of voice, in terms of choreography, and he came up with very good ideas. Of course, it was rewarded because he obtained a 4th place, which in my opinion is extremely decent and well deserved. Eurovision 2016 has had a lot of highlights. However, my highlight would be Iveta Mukuchyan from Armenia with the song LoveWave. She is great. She's an empowered and beautiful woman. She knows how to sing, and she's the diva you have to love. This is what she said in an interview, and I totally agree with that statement. It was the first time ever we have seen that kind of camera angles, camera changes and ways of playing with the staging, only with her presence and with some holograms. So I think it's the first time ever the creative director has been that smart, and I'm sure it was a key point when Eurovision has changed forever. So well done, Iveta Mukuchyan, and I hope we can see you again in Eurovision or wherever. My favorite performance of Eurovision 2017 comes from the Netherlands. It was Ojin, 3 sisters, singing the song Lights and Shadows. I get so emotional when talking about this song because it was fully dedicated about their mother, because she was struggling a very hard disease, very taxing disease, which is cancer. Many people know about this. Sadly, unfortunately, she passed away 2 months after the Eurovision Song Contest, and this is very sad piece of news. However, they finally could send some love to her during the Eurovision performance, and I feel so touched with the story because the song was written by their father, so everything was made at home and everything was provided from their heart. I think this is very unique, and juries gave them the 5th place because their harmonies, their voices were excellently delivered. So I think, yeah, they deserve to be in my most iconic performance of Eurovision 2017. Eurovision 2018, hosted by Portugal, was a very interesting year, and my favorite one, as well as the favorite of many people I'm sure, is Eleni Foureira from Cyprus, bringing the song Fuego. I'm sure she has changed forever the way we see Eurovision, because she brought some fresh air, and we can check nowadays people is trying to imitate her stage. She brought for the first time a singer both singing and dancing at the same time, as well as 4 backing dancers, placed 2 of them at each side of the singer, and it was the first time she was the pioneer doing this. This is why she is the most iconic of 2018, and I want to give her all my love to her because she is the best of that year. Next up is Eurovision 2019, and I would choose Netherlands as well as the most influential song and performance of that year. Duncan Laurence won with the song Arcade in a very, very atmospheric, very high quality and very talented performance produced by him. I'm very shocked why the juries placed him third and the televote second, because he's undoubtedly the best one of that year. Eurovision 2020 was a very weird and special year because it was the first time ever the song contest didn't exist because it was actually cancelled. However, every country managed to pick up the song before the pandemic started, so it was in that time from the pandemic and the Eurovision date when everything exploded and we all became in a lockdown and everything was stopped, including the Eurovision celebration. However, I would choose the favorite one of this year, which, as far as I'm concerned, is Diodato from Italy with the song Fai Rumore, which means make noise. It is very meaningful lyrics because you remember we were in a lockdown, it was very hard, it was like the end of the world, so it was kind of supporting this song, especially for Italy, which was the first European country in struggling with the pandemic effects. Everything started. The virus actually appeared for the first time in Italy, so it was very influential, a song that was encouraging the people during the lockdown to make some noise throughout the windows and the balconies when all the streets were all alone, in silence. And it was very meaningful in my eyes, this song, and it was actually my most recorded song of my Spotify account, so I truly appreciate and love this song. It was very hard year, it was hard days, especially for all those who had to go to work in hospitals. For example, my mother, we were extremely worried about what could happen if she would get the virus, and I remember listening to this song and trying to think about everything would be better. Actually, we finally struggled to leave that hard situation through vaccination and all these things, but it was a very special year, and I wanted to mention all this story because we need to remember everyone who has been death during that pandemic and how values add sentimental and deep songs like Fai Rumore from Italy. Even though the hard situation of the pandemic, Eurovision 2021 finally took place in Rotterdam with live performances, and my favorite one that year would be Loco Loco, sung by Hurricane representing Serbia. Yeah, it could be a little bit weird, but I think they were full of fun because we were in a bad situation in the world because of the virus, and it was all so releasing, so breaking free to receive this music from them, from these girls who were very beautiful and very talented, very divas and very kind of pop folk singers from the Balkans. So I enjoyed that performance so much, and I would place them as the most iconic song or singers of 2021 for sure. Eurovision 2022 was the most special year for me because we got the third place finally. As a Spanish fandom, we got that high place we had never seen any time before, so we were so happy about our result. However, I wouldn't choose Spain because I don't want to be biased by my country. I would choose different countries. In this case, I would choose Romania. WRS singing the song Llámame is so iconic, especially in Spain, because he became extremely famous after the Eurovision Song Contest. Everyone knows the song, and he has been on TV many times, in the public TV for example, and he has a lot of love for Spain. I'm so grateful for that, for representing our language, even though he's not native speaker, that he's from Romania. So yeah, I want to push him in the highlight of that year. And of course his performance was absolutely brilliant as well, with those dancers, with that staging. Yeah, everything was on point for him, and he should have made a better result, but it's not his fault. It's the fault of the Europe's taste. And finally, the last edition so far is Eurovision 2023, when I would choose Finland as the most iconic performance, with Käärija singing the song Cha Cha Cha. He was in everyone's mind, he was the favorite of the televote, and it was worth the victory of Sweden when we wanted him to win. Of course, I think the victory of Laurence was totally deserved, totally fair, but Käärija deserves some recognition by my side, and I'm so happy he delivered that pleasant and that funny song, yeah, because we could think differently about Eurovision. Maybe it's not everything about pure quality, it's a mix between quality and entertainment, and he got it perfectly. So well done, Käärija, and please, let's see you maybe in some future editions of Eurovision, so that you can get the victory. Okay, this is all for today. I'm super happy I could have had the opportunity of introducing myself to you all. Now you know which are my most iconic performances in the last 12 years, and now I want to get to know your thoughts about this topic. Please comment down below. Please subscribe and please share. Also thumbs up this video, and let's see you in my next videos. Bye!